The sun beaming.
You see, on this here stage tonight, something legendary. It goes by the name of the creator. You call him Tyler Boland.
Look, I be talking that fresh shit, I don't need gum. Cookie crumbs in the rolls, never no weed crumbs. He ain't talked to his bitch in 3 days, it ain't gotta be this way. I'm down for the threesome. I might buy a boat. Depends if Capri got space, don't really need one. I could go on the winter time, baby, I bleed some. Find another nigga like me, cause I ain't seen one. Pull up in that, whatchamacallit. Played a couple demos at Madison Square Garden. And tell them motherfuckers that Sony I'm not calling. I'm plotting on a Billy Chili in my garden. Yo.
Alright, I admit it. We just been playing with you niggas, man. I think you need to load that second clip.
Hop on, French waltz on. She said she like the Royce and I'm like, which one? I got two, hun. Look. Catch me in my other crib, that's my AKA. Hurricane proof all the view, shit like hey baby. The fuzzy hat, ass got passport, got tattoo. Slim nigga, big dick with a fucking gap tooth, the way he been. Call me Mr. Always with some shit you never seen. In that mansion living single, bitch, I'm Maxine. Niggas of your standard shouldn't talk. Give a fuck about your thoughts. Call me if you get lost, bitch.
Okay, now you understand what we came here to do, right? Oh yeah, me, I go to the name of DJ Drama. And on my side, that's Tyler Boland, a.k.a. Buddy Hop, a.k.a. the creator. Call me if you get lost, suckers. We didn't come to play with you niggas.
Look, tried to take somebody, bitch, cause I'm a bad person. I don't regret shit because that worth it. In the end, she picked him. I hope when they fuck in, she still thinking of me cause I'm that perfect. I'ma get that deep text when it's first surface. Better send it to my ego cause that shit hurtin'. Hope y'all shit working. I'm a psycho high, don't give a fuck. You left my heart twerking, moving, losing, grip on my doings. Eyes is crying on the jet cruising. About to spend millions just to fill voids up. Drama, I need you. Can you turn the noise up? 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 Ah, nigga, my heart broken. Remember, I was rich, so I bought me some new emotions and a new boat, cause I'd rather cry in the ocean. It's tea, baby.
I tried to tell y'all.
I don't even like using the word bitch. It just sounded cool.
Y'all niggas know what's up. You say pandemic.
Yo.
Oh, you wanna see a pandemic?
Funny how
Shit, remove us from the game. Things should really get crazy.
I don't lean, but my house do. Off the hill with the mean view. Nice house, if you look out, you can see some eagles and a few yachts. Got a roommate, he won't move out. If he won't smoke, he the cool out. And he drill shit, got the tool out. It's the Wolf Gang, Brooklyn Zoo out. Nigga, Wu-Tang, you get chewed out. When we woo out, this is flip mode. And they know you pussy like the douche out. Bitch, I'm cool, and his mouth wet, he a pool now. Used to stage dive, but they sue now. I was too hot. TLC waterfalls on my chest, help me cool out. Got too many calls, shoulda go call. They catching dust, won't even stall. Illo with lemon heads looking like ball. Keep your protect, I spent that on all. How much it cost? Shit, I don't know. But I know that stage $1 million a show. Stuck in my ways, they say how so. First nigga put a bike rack on the rolls.
Young turn nigga, I be fucking these hoes. 20 appearance, I get it, I go. Rich to the world, come see me, I love. I ain't rockin' with cuz, nigga, free my bros. Ain't got no safe, nigga, see me shining. Still focused, I'm grinding. 84 grand remanding. 2-tone pack in this bitch, goddamn it. 10 bad hoes, nigga, look at that bitch. Still selling dope, I be cooking that shit. No hoodie like 6. Damn. Over 100. I'm from the bottom, bitch, we get money. Might tip a good hoe, but nigga, she get nothing. Car go skirt. Hold on. Nigga, you got lucky. All this paper, I can bet she fuck. I ain't doing no tucking, I ain't doing no saving. Took it from the lame, I get this bitch back. No, I ain't crazy, still so straight. Like, get on, bitch, just spit on shit, man. Oh my god. Remember, look? Yeah, he got dropped. I'm gone.
We gone.
My bro is running his finger around the Ai Weiwei, Ai Weiwei bowl. I got that shit sitting on my counter like a fruit bowl. It's like 100 racks. I like the color green in every shade. I like life. Mine, like my life. Don't fucking bite. Y'all niggas love to steal.
Pick up line this shit. I try to do it smooth.
Call me when you get lost.
Oh you look malnourished. Let's get some bread, fried an egg, yolk, and drown in syrup. So you pick a spot, I pick a tail number, and we could be tourists. Let's go to Cannes and watch a couple indie movies that you never heard of. Listen to bands, groove when we dance, disco in France, smell some perfume, head in the wind. We can switch off, I can show you how you can really exfoliate skin. If you got a man, you should cut it off, get your passport, cause we run it off. We can sit and talk, you can tell me everything that's on your chest, baby, get it off. You are my type, you a bright light, and I'm like a moth, this is not a game. But before we start, what's your name, girlfriend, what's your name? 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 Yeah.
What is your name, what do you bring?
Yeah.
I think that I got what you need and I'm willing to do anything that you please. I'm trying to get down to the root of the apple, the deepest I could in them jeans. My clan like Sonic can't speak, no. No, you can't hit my lean, no. Baby, tell me where the peace go, cause I'm lost. Your body competitive fashion, I hope you ain't caught of the shit that I bought. Cause money ain't don't mean a thing, I tell you the times that I take you out. 1 minute, it's a beautiful sin, it probably end when me being took out. Whoa, think so, cause I move fast.
What's your name, girlfriend, what's your name? 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 Yeah.
It's one thing that's gonna see Pablo. Your name. I feel like it has your name.
Stop playing and let me pay your mama debt off. Rolls Royce pull up, black boy hop out. Shout out to my mother and my father didn't.
Hold up.
Oh my God, I never seen nothing like this. That's what my mom was saying. She was crying and shit. She was just like, this shit is beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. You always keep the picnic blankets in the back because you never know. You never know where the fuck you're gonna end up at.
Okay. Now we ready.
Rolls Royce pull up, black boy hop out. Shout out to my mother and my father didn't pull out. MSG sell out, fuck these niggas yap bout. Whips on whips, my ancestors got their backs out. 2, 4, 500 stacks for the hood. Call me lumberjack, cause I wish a nigga would. Whereas you wouldn't like this the wish a nigga could face. They ain't getting paper like they should wait. Niggas ain't really on the type of shit he on. I hit Drizzy and told him I had a milli for him. I own my company's full, told him to keep the loan. I took that gold bitch home, niggas was big mad. I put that bitch on the shelf to let it ventilate and bought another car, cause I ain't know how to celebrate. That big boy, that big bitch for all weather. It never rained in Cali, came with an umbrella. Rolls Royce pull up, black boy hop out. Shout out to my mother and my father didn't pull out. MSG sell out, fuck these niggas yap out. Good credit score, this card really can't max out. 2, 4, 500 stacks for the hood. Call me lumberjack, cause I wish a nigga would. Did it the face, man, I wish a nigga.
It's different. It's really different. Catch up,
Hey yo,
niggas.
I might slut in Utah, LA is too warm. My nigga tall, look like a bitch, I call him Mulan. Salad colored emerald on finger, the size of croutons. Niggas cannot fuck with performance and magic new one. That's my nuance. Used to be the widow, used to laugh at me, listen to me with their ears closed. Used to treat me like that boy off Malcolm in the middle. Now I'm 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Rolls Royce pull up, 0. Black boy hop out.
I can't take this shit no more. I quit. That's it. I swear to God.
Niggas talking to me about
Quality Wednesday music.
Winston nigga cool face.
Oh yeah.
It's cloudy, nigga.
You asked for it.
Fucking crumbs.
Winston nigga cool face. Fuck you mean, nigga?
Ladies and gentlemen, we just landed in Geneva. Yeah, that's in Switzerland. We're on the yacht. A young lady just fed me French vanilla ice cream. We all got our toes out too. Call me when you get lost.
I'ma travel the globe, you keep the block hot, driver. Open the door for me, my hand hurt, find us. We playing hide and seek with the passports. Where the fuck we at? Oh, the pilot gotta remind us, yeah. The luggage is piling, I need a clothes to wear. So many stinkies sit in my wallet, look like a folding chair. The Cartier so light on my body, thought I floated here. We boated here, it's Tunchi and Tyler, but call me Baudelaire, yeah. Out in Switzerland, travel with my bitch, yeah, we kissing, dog. I love when she let me rub her like Michelin. $100 grand to sleep on the bird, the wings are whistling like. Man, they ain't listening. We cross the line like immigrants and benefit from it. Keep on stunting on these niggas, make them sick to their stomach, man. Y'all don't understand. Fish so fresh that you can taste the same. Yeah, we getting lost, but we know who we aim. Bada, son, and treat that last part like you niggas ain't saying nothing. Yeah.
You see these excursions right here? Just too lavish to post on the gram.
Gangsta greasy. Excuse me, pardon me. The wind it blows so hard to me, like Mother Nature arguing about some baby father beeping. I'm stuck in the middle of the sandwich like slaughter me. Got my middle fingers to the cameras that's recording me from y'all to me. Brrr. Stop calling me unless you're ordering. I'm on the beach, I got my feet out, and I stay on my feet. The corner beat, I'm on a deep route. Just throw the ball at me. Thought all this lean would have me see now. I guess they see now. That's touchdown. Catch a beat down like I catch touchdowns. I fuck around and slow the beat down and take the drums out. The speed of my blunts, agreed, I'ma eat my own flow. And I'm in need of a flow, I'ma eat me a rap, but I might as well eat me a hoe. I'm hot as hell when the weather is freezing and cold. As a devil, a demon, and ghost. I'ma get even to even get even some more. It's too late to even get low. Bow, wolf gang, that's what I need you to know. Moonlight, Weezy the goat. The wind beneath my wings, desert eagle underneath my coat. Yeah, moolah, bitch. Hard weed.
Pull up.
Y'all niggas know.
The sun beaming.
Y'all ready?
Ayo.
DJ the fuck.
The sun beaming.
Y'all ready?
Ayo.
DJ the fuck.
It's T, baby.
I don't think you're ready.
Wolf Haley. Bunny Hop.
I must say,
Yo.
I'm glad you found your way here.
Yeah. Cookie crumbs in the rolls, jet fuel in their vest, swim trunks in the trunk, Geneva water the best, the passport looking thick, the afro need a pick, my skin soak up the sun, ain't shaking hands with you bums, Bunny Hopper, the new car doors they lift open, the lake water, dry off with the French Open, I rub it in these niggas' faces like thick lotion, that big B is in motion, cold peach cobbler dough, spit like a llama dough, used to be reckless, you should see what them commas do, new full season, summertime, look like private school. Keep it low, don't want that shit to blow like Osama's shoe. I'm a true connoisseur.
The situation we are in at this time, neither a good one, nor is it someone blessed. It can change, it can stay the same. I can say, I can make my claim. Hell, hell.
Okay, this shit is out of control. I'm driving through hell and I done brought snow. It's shining in here and I done brought glow. I hear the sirens right out the chateau. Run me the info. Tryna hear what you did, now how you came close. Cause I get bobblehead like I done made pro. I made Italian bread like I done made dough. I be all around the map. Write a show by myself like I'm Chelsea Handler. Or write a series by my bitches like I'm Kelsey Grammer. Nickname the Jet Jayhawk cause it's out of Kansas. You know it's Spalding in my talk, I'm in my Esperanza. You know it's slamming water while we gotta fill the stanza with slaps in the anthems. Poetic justice, I got you in all my stanzas. With your model stances, you everything I know about it. Know about it, 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 know about it. What we know, where you shall go. C-notes, B-notes, I took the biggest boat. We stayed down for life. It's like a jingle to do them all. We too much involved to spend a single ounce of time. She bust a whole ounce by doing lines. I had to leave like the leaves do trees. I finally home, my wife distressed them, not since that sweat. We took them 35 to 1 like the shit roulette. Oh, that beg your pardon, we done lit up every setup. Told the preacher I'm never finished, that's to say the least. Buy it, never lease it, but I got a lease. A mobile Mona type of pieces, Met Gala night, Jesus. Skip it, hit the city, party pack, I got it with me. I'm shoddy while I let you with me. I'm too busy, let you ride Bentley till it's empty. Gotta feel me, pockets dumb fat, and I got a skinny squad is with me. And that's everything I know about it. Know about it, 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 know about it.
Mother Earth is pregnant for the third time. For y'all have locked her up. I have tasted the maggots in the mind of the universe. I was not offended. For I knew I had to rise above it all, or drown in my own shit.
honest, thought I'd let you know. Since I left, I've been putting on circuits all day, going on and on. I got this money, tell me what you want. For this money, can you drop it low? Yeah. Order more bottles, order more models, order more hours. Shots on the island, hotter than the summer. The winter couldn't chill me, young, free, and wildin'. Order more kids. When the night calls, oh, oh, oh. When the night calls, oh, oh, oh. Yeah, order more bottles, order more models, order more hours. Shots on the island, hotter than the summer. The winter couldn't chill me, young, free, and wild. So order more kids. Freaks come out at night. We bring our fantasy to life. Point me to the ice, and I don't need your drink. High off life. Someone kill the lights. I brought the party favors. Just get pipe. All my bitches right, but I want you and you tonight. Yeah. Order more bottles, order more models, order more hours. Shots on the island, hotter than the summer. The winter couldn't chill me, young, free, and wild. So order more kids. When the night crawls, all the money, all those in the alcohol. All these hundreds and these thousands, I'ma spend it all. Always when the night calls. When the night calls, we want money, we want hoes, we want alcohol. All these hundreds, all these thousands, I'ma spend it all. Always when the night calls. Ayy, water been a bang, order me some fun. Walked in the strip club, order me some ones. I walked up in the gun store, order me some guns. Yo, bitch walked up in the spot, and she ordered me for lunch. I just ordered me some brunch, curry and spicy garlic. I got y'all come from me McDonald's. Girl, you know I'm from the projects. I like G, I come through mine. Like Wu-Tang and G, we come through wild. I eat chicken killer Caesar with a chop. Bang, bang. Boy, you don't blow no poles, I know, I know. I got me some niggas, I got me some money, I got me some haters, I got me some fans, I got me some cake, I got me some UPS, I got me a freight. Order some more money, order some more money, order some more money, order some more bottles, order some more bitches, order some more money. I know you wanna be rich, bitch. When the night calls, all the money, all those in the alcohol. All these hundreds and these thousands, I'ma spend it all. Always when the night calls. When the night calls, we want money, we want hoes, we want alcohol. All these hundreds, all these thousands, I'ma spend it all. Always when the night calls. When the night calls, all the money, all those in the alcohol. All these hundreds and these thousands, I'ma spend it all. Always when the night calls. When the night calls, we want money, we want hoes, we want alcohol. All these hundreds, all these thousands, I'ma spend it all. Always when the night calls.
I said, girl, why you keep calling? I said, girl, why you keep calling? Yeah. She said, I need a new whip. Yeah, cause I know that you're still ballin'. She just wanna go back to the future, so I brought that girl a DeLorean. 21 minutes until I gotta go, so I told that girl I'm gonna slaughter it.
nation. Maryland and Cincinnati to the far east, son. And we just begun to spread the gospel. Substantial pace rock, hip hop apostles. Far from preaching with this art you call rapping. Taking y'all back when before this all happened. Frontin' hardcore when you barely saw porn. Never penetrating the end to get your heart warm. Rock on at the ridiculous pace. Disrespect hip hop and I'll spit in your face. These kids are a waste of oxygen. It's madness. Get in your case and all your shit like bag checks. Got my eye on ya like insanity grab ya. Y'all see the packaging and I can't stand rappers. You're bound to get ripped and then turned into garbage. I stay blessing mics. My followers pay homage. Sub stand blessing it. Yes, I am blessing it. UV for life. Oh, yes, we stay blessing it.
Yes, I'm blessing it. Yes, I stay blessing it. 5Ds forever. You know we stay blessing it.
Sub stand blessing it. Yes, I am blessing it. UV for life. Hell yes, we stay blessing it.
Yes, I'm blessing it. Yes, I stay blessing it. 5Ds forever. You know we stay blessing it. On point like the pins we right with. Living righteous. In these times of peril and crisis. The pain is keeps you lifeless. Yeah. What's the matter? Who's the nicest? Who's alive? Who's gonna live to see the livest? Hopefully me. My lifeline of MC extends past the paying dues. How much it costs to be free? Deep rooted underground, but on the surface a tree. Branching out, all I ever really wanted to be. They wanna put us in a box and then pack it away, but we ain't having that. No parts, no which way. Yo, I'm going to the top and that's where I stay. Fuck the middle ground, pole getting biz while you were sitting down. The joint sound hitting out, freestyle or written down. Flow is played out, money, you need to get that shit in style. Speedy on the quick fast, long term we make it last. Forever and a day, stay clear of the path, cause yo.
Substance. Stand blessing it, yes I am blessing it. UV for life, oh yes we stay blessing it.
Yes, I'm blessing it, yes I stay blessing it. 5Ds forever, you know we stay blessing it.
Sub stand blessing it, yes I am blessing it. UV for life, oh yes we stay blessing it.
Yes, I'm blessing it, yes I stay blessing it. 5Ds forever, you know we stay blessing it.
Children of the sun, look out, here we come. Live in Brooklyn, Maryland's where I'm from. We don't stop till you had enough. 5Ds, UV, connect, that's what's up.
Children of the sun, watch out, we coming for ya. Rockin' from the natty Midwest to California. And it don't stop even when you had enough. Pays and substantial, dude, that's what's up.
Blessing it, effortless, testing this, doubt it. Mic specialist, some we kept up and crowded. As nice as you wish you were, it mics on my signature. Thought you said your shit is high, it's barely room temperature.
Scorching, torturing cats from Cincinnati to New York and back. Where the pad don't say jack. When we bankrupt your crew from spinning the wheel of fortune black. We take you there and send you walking back.
Sub stand blessing it, yes I am blessing it. UV for life, oh yes we stay blessing it.
Yes, I'm blessing it, yes I stay blessing it. 5Ds forever, you know we stay blessing it.
Sub stand blessing it, yes I am blessing it. UV for life, oh yes we stay blessing it.
Yes, I'm blessing it, yes I stay blessing it. 5Ds forever, you know we stay blessing it.
The situation we are.
To the game, push to a frame. I ain't gon' change. Tell me what else. Tell me, it's easier to scream. I say it straight to hell. I love hell. Hell on earth. It's a bird smell. As far as I can tell, you get deeper than a well. I don't wish you well. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, richer than the world. Got this no kind of money. You should see these new bills. You wouldn't know any better. I just put it all together. Send a note to a letter. Write my sins off. No blood better. Turn the wheel to the left. Right, not better. Go be fake bitch, yeah, being real's not better. I can tell a couple lies, yeah, you can tell misled them. Look me in the eyes. Don't tell me what you see. And I randomly tweak. I knock you off your feet. I've been out for weeks. It get easier for me. But don't tell me. Go help yourself. You can go and die. Do what you want. I won't hold the gun. I won't hold the grudge. But imagine me there with a dead blank stare. I was trying to warn you, but it seemed like you don't care. And it's fine, that's fair. I would never care. I don't need to see, I don't need to hear. I don't wanna talk to you, I don't want you near. I never would care, 'cause that life ain't fair. It's spreading up to me, I'ma let you feel free. And I do it better so I know that you can fail. I do it for me, I don't do it for you. And it's cool, not a bag, it's a pack, it's cool. I can't go back on my word, and that be rude. Yeah, I like being disrespectful, and that's cool. I'ma break your part and feed the fish for food. We'll live in the dirt, live on the moon. I guess 2093 is not for you. What do I need from you? Give me things. I wish you feel like you feel like me. I wish you could see like you see like me. It's more like this, more like this, more like this, more like this. I tell you that now, tell you that now. I want you to feel, I want you to feel. Everything is new, everything is new. He the one can't live forever. Yeah, I was born to live forever. Forever. Those feel good. You say feel good. I'ma let you cry. I'ma let you die. You know the ship's tight. It's more than just me. It's more that you see. And it's more that you feel. Pay more just to feel. Clean on the sheets. Falling down for weeks. History repeats.
That creeping through my window. Before you come outside, I got the info. Took her to the end zone from the end zone. Know I love to smoke, you love to lick more. Wanna hit the jack, then what you call for? All that out your name shit, that ain't called for. Who that creeping, know the tent is dark. 5%. All that fall in love shit, got it Kevin Hart. All that speed and fast shit, we might tell apart. All that copper ass shit, I might clip a sarge. Keep bouncing that ass, you just might get a wart. Yeah, if she bad, she get a pass into the tour. I pick through the family, grab the bastards like Janet. Outside, don't panic. Gotta switch, gotta change up transit. Still jump around, move fancy, and I still don't like shit fancy. Up late, feeling real chancy. They outside really tryna end me. Yeah. Who's that creeping through my window? Before you come outside, I got the info. Took her to the end zone from the end zone. Know I love to smoke, you love to lick more. Wanna hit the jack, then what you call for? All that out your name shit, that ain't called for. Who the fuck is this? Let somebody baby mama inside of the bed while I'm tryna tip. Shawty say she old and got a razor in her lip. Mix my cup and twist one up, I love that ratchet shit. She like iced out wrist, iced out wrist. Fuck don't kiss, fuck she fuck don't kiss. Look like friends, but she say they twins. Jump right in, it's leg room in this bed. 10 miles to the crib, you know that's deep. I think it's someone out there watching me. Yeah. Who's that creeping through my window? Before you come outside, I got the info. Took her to the end zone from the end zone. Know I love to smoke, you love to lick more. Wanna hit the jack, then what you call for? All that out your name shit, that ain't called for.
Wow, wow, ow, 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 ow. I buy a new car for the bitch, for real. I tear down the mall with the bitch, for real. You can't even talk to the bitch, nah. She fucking with bosses and shit, oh god. I pull up in Rarers and shit, with choppers and Harleys and shit, for real. I be Gucci down, Gucci. You wearing Lacoste and shit, bitch, yeah. Montclair, yeah. Fur came off a belt, yeah, yeah. Triple homicide, put me in a chair, yeah. In jail. Triple across the plug, we do not play fair, yeah. Oh god. Got them tennis chains on, and they real blingy, bling. Draco make you do the chicken head like chingy, ching. Walking Neiman Marcus, and I spend a life 50-50. Please proceed with caution, shooters, they be right with me. 21. Bad bitch, cute face, and some nice titties. 7,500 on a Saint Laurent jacket, yeah. Bitch, be careful when you dumping your action, bitch. I ain't no sucker, I ain't cuffing no action. Nah. The streets raised me, I'm a whole bastard. I bought a Rari just so I can go faster. Sure. Niggas tryna copy me, they plan catch up. 21. I might pull up in a ghost, no Casper. 21. I been smoking gas and I ain't got no I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account, yeah. 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 In my bank account. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shooters ready to gun you down, yeah. 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 Ready to gun you down, God. Yeah, dawg, yeah. Not for real, dawg. 21. Straight up out the 6, now I got a house in the hill, dawg. 21. Wanna see about it, nigga, get you killed, dawg. Whack. Wanna tweet about me, nigga, get you killed, dawg. Kill, dawg, I'm a real dawg. You a lil dawg, bill dawg. Wanna build, dawg. Chasing meals, dawg. Don't write in your bitch like O'Neal, dawg. Shots I shoot like Reggie Mills, dawg. Chopper sting you like a eel, dawg. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account, yeah. 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 In my bank account. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shooters ready to gun you down, yeah. 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 Ready to gun you down, God. Ruler clips. Send a ruler hit, pull up on your bitch. She say that I got a ruler dick. Spray your block down, we not really with that Rura shit. Glock caught now, I don't really give no fuck about who I hit. Yeah, yo bitch, she get jiggy with me. Keep that ciggy with me. Bitch, I'm Mad Max, you know I got Ziggy with me. Keep a Mad Max, in case a nigga wanna get busy with me. Rari matte black, and I got a Bentley with me. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account, yeah. 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 In my bank account. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shooters ready to gun you down, yeah. 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 Ready to gun you down. 7,500 on a Saint Laurent jacket. Bitch, be careful when you dumping your action. I ain't no sucker, I ain't cuffing no action. The streets raised me, I'm a whole bastard.
baby, do what I should, baby. Boing, boing, baby, do what I could, baby. Boing, boing, baby, do what I should, baby. Boing, boing, baby, do what I could, baby. Boing, 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 baby, do what I should, baby. Boing, baby, do what I could, baby. Boing, 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 baby, do what I should, baby. Boing, boing, baby, do what I could.
I ain't never represent, baby. Ain't do no wrong. I can clean up good for you. No, I know right from wrong. 'Cause I wanna make it. So nasty. I'm $1 million baby. Don't ask me. Oh hell no. You rip my city so damn long. But you still don't notice me. Sour next. Oh VA next. I'm at they neck. I'm running up the check. I see a bathroom, I'ma see a diva. No matter what happens, he cannot come between us again. I know we're better than friends. I took up Queen's Gambit, showed around my friends. Try to pick some energy up, it don't matter. I know you haven't moved on if you tried. I don't believe it, baby. I know you lied all night long. What you mean I changed? I stay the same. Had me losing my mind. Said the city is mine. I ain't never represent, baby. Ain't do no wrong. I can clean up good for you. No, I know right from wrong. 'Cause I wanna make it. So mad. I'm $1 million baby. Don't let me. I ain't never represent, baby. Ain't do no wrong. I can clean up good for you. No, I know right from wrong. 'Cause I wanna make it. So mad. I'm $1 million baby. Don't let me.
My mama was raised in the era when clean water was only served to the fairer skin. Doing clothes you would've thought I had help, but they wasn't satisfied unless I picked the cotton myself. You see, it's broke, nigga, race him. That's that don't touch anything in the stove. And it's rich, nigga, race him. That's that come in, please buy more. What you want? A Bentley, fur coat, a diamond chain? All you blacks want all the same thing. Used to only be niggas. Everybody playing, spending everything on Alexander Wang, new slaves. You see his leaders and his followers, but I'd rather be a dick than a swallower. You see his leaders and his followers, but I'd rather be a dick than a swallower. I throw these Maybach keys, I wear my heart on the sleeve. I know if we the new slaves, I see the blood on the leaves. I see the blood on the leaves. I see the blood on the leaves. I know that we the new slaves, I see the blood on the leaves. They throwing hate at me, want me to stay at ease. Fuck you and your corporation, y'all niggas can't control me. I know that we the new slave, I know that we the new slave. I'm about to wild the fuck out, I'm going Bobby Boucher. I know that pussy ain't free, you niggas pussy ain't me. Y'all throwing contracts at me, you know that niggas can't read. Don't want some Maybach keys, fucking say la vie. I know that we the new slave, y'all niggas can't fuck with me. Y'all niggas can't fuck with yay, y'all niggas can't fuck with yay. I move my family out the country so you can't see where I stay. So go and grab the reporters so I can smash their recorders. Sit there confused with some bullshit like the New World Order. Meanwhile the DEA teamed up with the CCA. They try and lock niggas up, they try and make new slaves. See, that's that probably on prison, get your peace today. They probably all in the hand Hampton spouse. Came on a Hampton blouse, and then a Hampton mouth. Y'all about to turn shit up, I'm about to tear shit down. I'm about to air shit out. Now what the fuck they gon' say now?
Can't lose.
be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new shit. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do shit, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped. And I'm only 23, I'm the shit, now look at me, look at me. I'm a boss like my nigga Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that bitch like no way, cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. Bitch, I'm a boss, I call a shot, I'm with the murder team, call a cop, we in the building, y'all are not, you showing the paper, you gon' ball or not, bitch, I'm a boss, bitch, I'm a boss, I play the shots, I call the calls, we in this bitch, it's going down, yeah, in the kingdom with my motherfucking crown. Bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a boss. 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 I play the shots. I call the call. Yeah. Hey.
Got so many shades they thought I had a lazy eye. Shorty roll me smooth as my Mercedes ride. No love, cry when only babies die. And when I go, that casket better cost 100,000. I pray to God I look my killer in his eyes. Snatch his soul out his shirt, just take him for that ride. OG is one who's standing on his own feet. A boss is one who guarantee we gon' meet. Fuck a blog dog, cause one day we gon' meet. I'ma spaz on your ass like I'm on knee. Or a double stack, better nigga, double that. Jerry Jones money, nigga, you a running back. Herschel Walker, Bo Jack, Ricky Waters, better run that dope back. Boss, and I put that on my Maybach. 400 down, bitch, you wish you saved.
Bitch, I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
Bitch,
I call the cops. We in this bitch, it's going down. Yeah, look at that with my motherfucking crowd. Bitch, I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
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 I play the shots. I call the cops.
Yeah, couple cars I don't never drive, bikes I don't never ride, crib I ain't never been, pool I don't never swim. Fool, you ain't better than I move like the president. Everything black on black, you know I be strapping that. Ratting ass niggas walking around wearing wire, fucking up the gang, got the hood on fire. Bitch, I'm a king, call me sire. You say I don't run my city, you a motherfucking liar. I'm a boss, you a fraud. You cross the line, I get you murdered for a call. Murder, out in Vegas. I took the loss. At the fight, we watching floor, we on the floor. Yeah, scared money don't make no money. If I ever go broke, I'ma take your money. I ain't never drop a dime, you ain't take nothing from me in the hood every day. Bitch, I'm good, what I say? Bitch, I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
Bitch, I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
I play the shots. I call the cops. We in this bitch, it's going down. Yeah, look at that with my motherfucking crowd. Bitch, I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
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 Bitch, I'm a boss.
I'm a
I
boss.
play the shots. I call the cops.
Yeah.
Hey.
Maybach music.
I gotta feed the streets, my pistol gon' bleed the streets. Ski mask on my face, sometimes you gotta cheat to stay ahead in this bitch. Drink surf like it's liquor. Street life will have you catching up to God quicker. Sticker, AK-40 to your lip. Let the chopper bang on you like a blood or a cripper. Flipper, so much bread, I'm a gymnast. Made so much money off of dummies,
Yeah. I'm Mr. Body Catcher, Slaughter Gang Soul Snatcher. Ain't no regular F-150, this a fucking raptor. No capper, street nigga, not a rapper. Chopper hit him and he turned into a booty clapper. Smith and Wesson, I'm 4L gang reppin'. We done baptized more niggas than
the
a
bottom
damn.
of the character and the bottom of the line. So that's what's going on here. We have this image. I have to now memorize that line height 0 is the solution to this problem, and it doesn't make any sense. So like you really have to memorize it. And I don't have a good memory, which means that when I run into the same problem in a couple of months or a couple of weeks, I'm going to have to go through the whole process again. But there's a second, bigger, more sinister problem with this approach, which is that when this is your attitude for the entire CSS language, it artificially constrains how much you can actually understand. Like it keeps you at like a novice level, even if you spend years and years practicing CSS. Ask me how I know that. You never really get to the point where you feel like things make sense and are consistent. So in 2017-ish, I decided that I was sick of having this relationship with CSS. And from that moment on, when I would run into problems like this, rather than try to sprint through them, I decided to settle into the problem like it was a nice warm bath and really try to understand like what is going on here and how can I fix it. And the thing that really helped me with this scenario is to see what happens if I have text in this container as well. That's not how you spell world. Let me get rid of line height 0 too. We notice something a little bit interesting, which is that the image, like it's perfectly aligned with the bottom of the characters. And so what this told me is that the browser is treating this image like it's just another word in the sentence, right? It's aligning it like it was text. And if I only have text, if I get rid of the image, well, this looks normal, right? This is what we expect text to look like. And we sort of forget that there is apparently 6.4 pixels, or whatever it is, of space between the bottom of the character and the bottom of the line. So that's what's going on here. We have this image that is sort of sitting on that baseline, like text, and that happens even if there is no text. So when we add line height 0, it effectively says every line of text should be 0 pixels tall. And of course, this is like a disaster if we actually have text, because like there is 0 pixels of height for every line. And if the lines overlap, let me make it even smaller, it stops looking like characters. Like it just looks like, I don't know, hieroglyphics or something. So obviously this is a problem when we have text, less of a problem when we just have an image, but still it doesn't really feel like the best solution. Another solution that you'll see online is to select the image and to set vertical align. Now this property defaults to baseline, which is that imaginary line that the text sits on, but we can also set it to bottom. And if I set it to bottom and make this a little bit bigger, we see that it does indeed solve the problem as well. And this has the advantage that if there is some text in here, it doesn't like obliterate the lines for the text because I'm taking this image and changing where it is aligned to. But it still doesn't feel like the best solution to me. It still sort of feels like we're treating the symptom rather than the disease. Because in my mind, like, if I only have an image like this, I probably don't want it to be treated like just another word in the sentence. I want it to be treated like just another block in my layout. So we can solve that by setting display block. If I can type it out. Yeah, this also solves it. We can also, like alternatively, we can set display flex on the parent. That also solves our problem. So as I started with this new approach to CSS, trying to understand things, all of a sudden, like things that I had to memorize just made sense, and all of these things that seemed totally arbitrary and random, like I started seeing connections between things, and I started having all these mind-blowing realizations that, oh, CSS actually isn't like a wildly unpredictable and inconsistent language. I just was missing these fundamental pieces. And as I started with this mindset shift, and as I started understanding CSS better, I started building a reputation for myself at work as the CSS person. Anyone here is the CSS person at work? A bunch of us, yeah. The cool thing about being the CSS person is that your coworkers come to you with their CSS problems. And they don't come to you when they're like 10 seconds into a problem. They come to you when they're a couple of hours into it, and they've been banging their head on this frustrating situation. And it's a pretty cool feeling to be like, you need to put display block, and then the problem disappears. But it's even cooler to spend like 10 minutes with them and do sort of what I just did here and walk through what's going on and help them build their understanding so that when they hit the same problem in a couple of months, they remember the solution. And I also started teaching around this time. I started teaching at a local coding boot camp, and there too I got sort of a similar reputation as a CSS person. And so I decided in 2020 that I really enjoyed helping people develop their understanding of CSS, and I left my job and focused on a CSS course that I called, if the image wants to load, there it is, CSS for JavaScript developers. Since I launched this in 2021, something like 18,000 people have taken the course, and I've answered many hundreds of questions about CSS. So this talk is called The Secret Mechanisms of CSS. And essentially my goal here is to share a bunch of these epiphanies that I've had about the language so that you too can have a deeper understanding. Now, based on the number of hands that I saw, I suspect, and this is, I would have expected this to be true, the Smashing Conf audience is more knowledgeable about CSS than a typical developer. It may be that you already know many of the things that I'm going to share, and for people in that circumstance, my hope is that this talk is still useful, because I'm going to give you sort of the explanations, the analogies, the things you can use as the CSS person to help your coworkers understand CSS better when they come to you. So one of the most fundamental reorientations in my mind about CSS was to stop seeing it as a monolithic language. Like I used to see CSS as like a giant bag of properties, and as you're building layouts, you're like plucking out the things that you need. Like I need display block and width 100% and background color red. You grab all the properties and sort of assemble them, smush them into one layout. That's not wrong, but I feel like a better way to see CSS is as a bunch of mini languages that exist within CSS that are like related and connected, but also kind of independent. And I'll give you a perfect example as to why I think this is a better way to see it. The setup here is that I have this div class item. I've given it width 2,000 pixels. And we notice that I have these two elements that are both 2,000 pixels wide. It's a little bit hard to see this scroll bar like way down here. So I've given it a gradient so you can see the fact that it is actually that wide. And check this out. I'm going to take the second one, and I'm going to move it so that it exists within a parent that sets display flex. And all of a sudden, it's not 2,000 pixels. Now it is sort of stretchy and flexible. And if you see CSS as nothing more than a collection of properties, this doesn't make any sense because both this div class item and this div class item have the exact same CSS. Like they both use the width property in exactly the same way. So why is it doing one thing over here and another thing over there? If you see CSS as a constellation of layout modes, then you realize that, oh, what's happening here is that this div class item is being rendered according to flow layout, right? Normal flow, which I like to call flow layout. And in that layout mode, width is sort of a hard constraint, where if you put width 2,000 pixels, you're going to get something that's 2,000 pixels even if it bursts through the side of the viewport. With this div class item, I'm having the same CSS, but it's being rendered using a different layout mode. The way that I explain this for JavaScript developers is that the layout modes are sort of like different functions, and the CSS that we write, like the key value pairs that we think of as CSS, those are the inputs, those are the arguments. So for this div class item, I'm taking these arguments and handing them to flow layout, which then takes that data and uses it to create this layout. With this div class item, I have the same arguments, but I'm handing them to a different function. So I want to go through a couple of layout modes and share some of the things I've learned about them, starting with flow layout. And like, the thing about flow layout is it makes so much more sense when you think about it as like a word processing algorithm. So here we have Google Docs. I'll make this a little bit bigger. And you know, the interesting thing about word processing layouts is they have at their core two main constraints. One is that you have a limited amount of horizontal space. And this is the case because in a horizontally written language, right, you're reading along the line, and you reach the end of the line, you have to jump to the next one. And if those lines are like 800 characters wide, it's going to be really hard to find your way to the next line. So we have constrained horizontal space, but we have kind of infinite vertical space. Like, our page only has a certain height, but we can have as many pages as we need. So constrained horizontal, unlimited vertical. And then the layout is built using blocks. So like this heading is a block, this paragraph is a block, a table would also be a block, so would a list. Within these blocks, we can have like sub-selections, and we call these inline elements. So you have like a little bit of bold text here, or a little bit of italic text here. A hyperlink would be also an inline element, some colored text. Images, sort of curiously, are considered inline elements. So if I take this photo, and I want it to like sit off to the side over here and push the text over, I think we've all had this experience working on school projects where you drag it up, and it does this. It scrambles your layout. But where have we seen this behavior before, of the bottom of the image perfectly aligned with the other characters in that line? Now, there is a way in word processing software. There's this little icon you can click, and now it does sort of do what you would hope it would do. This is known as floating, which also exists on the web as a different layout mode. But this sort of like, you know, you see that and you think, ah, so this is why everything on the web works the way that it does. Because, you know, when CSS first came onto the scene, it wasn't really meant to be used for layouts, but the layout system at the time, like the World Wide Web, was really just like a giant collection of hyperlinked documents. So this was the problem it was introduced to help solve. All right. So I was initially going to sort of go through a couple of these like examples in more depth. I trust that we all sort of understand what's going on with this basic HTML, but I do want to dig into this strong element. So I have this bold text over here. Let me select it, and let me set height 100 pixels. And it doesn't really seem to do anything, right? I'll give it an outline so we can see exactly what's going on. And like, it's curious, no matter how big or how small my height is, it doesn't seem to have any effect. The way that I explain this is that inline elements are pacifist. They are non-confrontational. They don't want to make a fuss, right? They just want to sort of sit in their little designated spot and go with the flow and not cause any problems. And this means that certain CSS just doesn't work, like also padding. Padding 32 pixels. Well, this one does kind of work, but it's interesting, right? The box gets bigger, so I'll change this so we can see how it looks at different values. The box gets bigger, but notice that like the other paragraph doesn't move down to accommodate it. The heading, like the paragraph itself, doesn't shift around. So inline elements really don't want to like mess with the block direction layout. But what about inline block? Like, this was one of those things, no matter how many times I would learn how it did, like you'd read these definitions that I'm not going to read here, but they would just like wash over you. And it refused to stick in my brain as to what was actually going on here. Here's the thing that finally made it click for me. An inline block element sits on the page as though it was an inline element, but it has a vote when it comes to layout. So we actually can use the full set of CSS properties, or at least the set that is available to block elements. So similar setup. I have a span that wraps around a couple of words. I've given it a red outline so we can see it. And now, if I give it height, let's say 100 pixels, check it out. We actually see that it grows. And not only that, it pushes the second paragraph down. So similarly, if I give it some padding, we see that the box gets bigger, but it also sort of pushes, and I should make this a little bit bigger. Hopefully that helps. It does sort of have this effect on the block layout. This does raise the question, though, like, given that inline block seems to be like an inline element, but without the restrictions, why isn't that the default behavior? Like, why do we even have inline? Why isn't inline block the way it works? Well, inline elements have a bit of a superpower. They have something they can do that, as far as I can tell, is unique across the entire CSS language. It's not something you can do in Flexbox or Grid. And not only is it a unique superpower, it's something you have absolutely used, that every website, if it has text on it, uses this feature. It's not some like niche thing that doesn't come up. Anyone know what I'm talking about? No, cool. That superpower, and I realize it may be a little bit anticlimactic, is the ability to line wrap. So if we have a bunch of stuff inside that inline block element, we notice that we get like a bunch of space over here and a bunch of other space over here. The trade-off is that inline block elements will always form a rectangle in the same way that block elements, like if I change this to display block, it looks exactly the same. Inline block elements, like block elements, are always rectangular. But if I comment this out, we see that our inline element neatly it splits into two rectangles. The way that I describe this is like, it's almost like, I don't know if you've seen those sushi chefs where they have their nice bamboo mat and they put the seaweed and the rice and they roll it up like a big burrito and then they chop it into little circles and arrange them aesthetically. We have this big long rectangle that we're then sort of subsetting and creating these nice little sub-selections that wrap neatly around each line. Brad Frost yesterday said that we are more than rectangle creators, and that's true. Sometimes we are compound rectangle creators. So let's talk about Flexbox. Flexbox is interesting. It's another layout mode. So in our constellation of CSS, it is a separate little world, a separate star. And like each of these layout modes has a problem it wants to solve, like an area of expertise. Flexbox is all about, you have a group of stuff, one or more items, and you will want to arrange them along a primary axis. So I have this little demo. The interesting thing to me about Flexbox is that everything is pegged, or almost everything is pegged, not to like horizontal or vertical, but to this idea of the primary axis and the cross axis. So by default, the elements will stack sort of from start to end in a row. In English and other left to right languages, the start is at the left and the end is at the right, but that can be flipped. And we notice that so they're stacking from start to end, and we also have this cross axis, which runs perpendicularly. And in the cross axis, they're stretched, right? They're filling the available space. If I flip flex direction from row to column, it's like all of the same rules are being applied, but now they're stuck to the primary axis, and that axis has rotated. So now they're stacking from start to end. Start is at the top, end is at the bottom, and they're stretching across the cross axis. So everything, the cool thing about Flexbox is when you get comfortable with it, all of a sudden you have it's like learning two for the price of one. Like you can apply all the same rules to this other direction, and it all sort of works the same way. There is, for alignment, we have justify content and align items. And for longer than I care to admit, my attitude for this was that I want to align something. So I'd try one, and if it doesn't work, I try the other. And I heard someone say that sounds familiar. Yeah, that's the way we do it, right? And in fairness, both of these names are a little bit strange. Like, why is it justify content and align items? Let's break this up. Let's talk about first the prefixes, so justify and align. And justify refers to the primary axis. So, and that's like the one part you kind of have to memorize. I don't have like a neat trick for how to remember that. But yeah, so justify content is always about how we control their position in the primary axis, so I can put them at the start, or the end, or the center. Align items is the opposite, so it's how I align things in the cross axis. And I'll do this with a row, because rows are really more common. So we see that this is a way to move something either up, down, or I can stretch them across. Now let's talk about the second part, which is content versus items. Why is it content? Why is it items? Well, here's the interesting thing. The primary axis, and we see it here, it like skewers each of our items like vegetables on a kebab. That's not true for the cross-axis. Like, I can't draw a vertical line that intersects more than one of these children. That stops being true with FlexWrap, but we're going to set that aside and just talk about like the core Flexbox algorithm. This has an interesting implication because, like, let's say I have this second child, right? This item over here. Oh, took a screenshot. If I want that child to move to the start, no, that's not the right element. Yeah, ideally I would have like an actual nice control for this, but I'm going to do it in the dev tools. We have this align self property, and I'll set that to start. And we see now that the second child moves up. The second child has like its own column, right? Like, I can do whatever I want in this space without disrupting either of its neighbors. I can't do that in the primary axis. Like, I can't say I want this second child to move to the start because there's another child there, right? It doesn't have its own unique lane that it can move wherever it wants. And that's why it's called justify content. It's a little bit like, going back to our word processing, you know, we have this ability to align text. I can make it center aligned. I'm not thinking about like, okay, this word should move 10 pixels to the right, this word should move 9 pixels right. I'm not thinking about the individual position of each word, or worse yet, each letter. I'm thinking of this as a cohesive chunk of content that I want to align. And that's why, like, we have these kind of funky options, like space between and space evenly. I'm not thinking about individual items, I'm thinking about a chunk of content. And that's why we talk about justifying the content. Whereas align items, it really is a bunch of individual items, and they can each do whatever they want, right? In fact, I don't know that this is true, but I like to imagine it is. The CSS working group people that invented the language, or work on the language, I like to think that align self is actually the main way this happens. Like, each child has this ability to position itself, and then they realize, like, well, wait a minute, it's going to be kind of annoying if we have to individually align each child. Let's add an align items like shorthand on the parent that sets the default value for each child. So like, this is really kind of syntactic sugar over what's really happening, which is each child controlling its own alignment. This is a fun example. So I have a form that has a label and an input. I've given the input flex1, which means that I want it to like grow and shrink to take up as much space as is available. But we notice something a little bit interesting. When I get below a certain size, it stops shrinking. And like, the first sign of that is our label splits onto 2 lines. If I keep, and actually let me do this. I want to get rid of all the extra space because while it looks prettier, it gets a little bit in the way of us understanding. So I have, like, the input is growing and shrinking to fill the available space. Then it stops. Then it refuses to shrink anymore. The label starts shrinking, which causes it to line wrap. And if I keep going, eventually the label overflows, and we no longer have enough space for both of them. There's two like numbers that are important with Flexbox. The first is the hypothetical size, and this is actually what it's called, which I think is so whimsical. Hypothetical size. I like to think of it as like the aspirational size. It's the size it would like to be. So we saw this a little bit earlier. If I set width 2,000 pixels in a Flexbox context, well, we don't get 2,000 pixels, right? That is an unrealistic goal. So like, it winds up being as big as it can be without causing any problems. That's the hypothetical size. The other size that matters is the minimum content size. And I sort of forgot, like, this actually I learned somewhat recently. Inputs have a size property. So if I set that size to 1, check this out, all of a sudden it can shrink as much as I need. If I set that size to like 50, well, then it doesn't, and it overflows at a much earlier point, where now I have a much more significant problem. The size property is not measured in pixels, it's measured in characters. So this is the number of characters that are supposed to fit comfortably in an input, and that's the value that Flexbox uses as the minimum content size. That's the size below which it doesn't want to allow it to shrink, because that's how much space is needed for the content. We see an example of that. Let me get rid of this because it's too big. We see an example of this with the label, where like once the input can't shrink anymore, the label starts to shrink, and that immediately causes it to line wrap. If I keep shrinking, though, like I reach this point, and now there really isn't any more space for it to shrink, right? If it was to shrink anymore, it would wind up overflowing and covering the input. So for the label, the minimum content size is the length of the longest word. And that's why we wind up with the situation where both of the children are at their minimum content size, and there still isn't enough space, so it overflows. But we can overrule this. We can specify our own minimum content size, and we do that by setting min width to 0. And this is another, like, I feel like we memorize min width 0 as the magical incantation that solves our problem, but this is what's happening, right? We're redefining what the minimum amount of space for this element is, and now I can shrink as much as I want, which admittedly probably isn't what I want. Like, this doesn't seem like a great user experience. I think what I would actually do is set it to something reasonable, like maybe 6 rem, something like that. And then I would also use flex wrap so that below the certain point, they split onto its own line. I think this is probably what we want to do, but this is beyond the scope of what we're talking about today. Let's move on. Let's talk about positioned layout. And this one's like a little bit trickier. With flow layout, I have a nice definition, which is the Microsoft Word algorithm on the web. With Flexbox, the goal is to distribute a group of items along a primary axis. What about positioned layout, though? Well, it's sort of like a bunch of sub-layout modes. Like absolute positioning works very different from sticky positioning. So it's like further branching into different different stars in our constellation. But they do have something in common, which is that in positioned layout, we're disconnecting the element from its calculated layout, right, from where it would otherwise be, and we're anchoring it to something else. And the value of this something else depends on whether we're talking about absolute, fixed,